Alright, hey guys. Today we're going to be building the first build in my Coastal Town series, which is going to be the clothing store boutique. I don't want to make this intro too long today or this video too long, but I did just want to show the Pinterest references I found for the exterior of this build and the interior of this build. And with all that, let's get started with the video. Okay, so I'm just starting by placing the walls. This is a 6x7 build, and I colored the majority of the walls stone gray because it was a nice warm white, and added some pillars as well as some trim for a fancy effect that I was going for. I then decided to add an accent wall for where the cash register or checkout section was going to be, just by using some polished planks and making that a pure white color. I then added the double commercial door for the entrance, and I also had the idea to make a tiny dressing room, which will be decorated more in depth later on in the video. I came up with the idea for the dressing room to have a window opening or empty door frame, and then I added on curtains to act like, instead of a door, like act like curtains for privacy for changing. And then for the floor, I wanted to incorporate some wood tones, so I used a custom brown color and polished wood flooring. And then just finished that off with some regular wall trim. Next, I used the regular modern windows because these are my favorite windows to use when I don't make custom windows. And I resized them and put them on the very front of the store just to let in some natural lighting. And then I added some fancy wall lights for the elegant theme that I was going for. I used a simple flat roof and resized it to come out a little bit and be a little bit taller. Here I put a little indent in the front, but later on you'll see that I changed that. And for the entrance, I used ice blocks. These curtains were absolutely one of my favorite details. They were just so cute, and I made sure to double them on the inside too, and then went in with some crown molding on the top. I wanted to add some more decoration and details to the roof, so I decided to use the ornate cornice and added that around the whole rim of the roof. And this is what it looks like when I finish the exterior. I also decided that it'd be nice to add my two favorite plants that we have in the game. So I used the palm, and I forgot the name of the other one, but those are my two favorites. Okay, so starting in the interior, I just added a rug, and for the main entrance of the store, I wanted to use like the where you place most of the clothing, so the centerpiece technically, and I just made that using the rustic furniture set. And I used the simple counters to make the checkout counter. And for the wardrobes, I used a combination of the stylish and the simplicity one, and I think they came out really cute. I was proud of that little idea, and I added some wood shelves in between them because I did want to, originally in my reference photos they had wooden shelves, so I wanted to make sure to include that. I did want to emulate clothes on racks, so I used this corner to do that, and I also added some floating shelves. And I really like floating shelves. They're really nice. And you'll see me change that rack that I put there, or bookshelf, later because it was too small, so I ended up using a modern bookshelf as like a shoe rack and filled it with shoes later on. And I intentionally left both of the windows to have little indents because I knew I wanted to make a home decor section as well as a self-care section, because sometimes in clothing stores they have little knickknacks like body washes and perfumes and stuff like that. And then sometimes they also have like decorative photos or pillows and blankets. So I wanted to incorporate that into the boutique. And then for the cash register area, I kept it mostly simple. But the major feature of this area was the shopping bags, and one of them unintentionally looked like the Bath and Body Works bag, but I didn't mean to make that pattern, but I had to do checkerboard because I felt like that was a coastal thing. Okay, so here is where I changed it to this modern bookshelf. I started adding the duffel bags. You know, they have those like fancy, expensive duffel bags. That's what I was kind of going for. So I added some different colorways. And this section came out really adorable. I don't know which section of the store is my favorite, but this one's up there. So I just added some slippers and flip-flops because that's all Roblox has. But you know what? It works for this theme. So I just made sure to stay in the color palette. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so here's where most of the fun decorating started. So in the self-care section, I wanted to include shampoo, conditioner, soaps, perfumes, nail polish, makeup, hair supplies like brushes and combs, as well as mirrors and little baggies to hold your like cosmetic supplies and jewelry, as well as sunglasses and a little sleeping mask. So I did most of this on camera, but some of it was recolored off camera just because I didn't want to bore you guys too much. There's just like a lot of little items, and yeah. And I know I don't have that long of an attention span, so I don't want you guys to sit here and like see this like it's redundant after a while. Okay, and so I had recolored everything beforehand before I started filming the home decor section because it was a lot of items. Again, I don't want you guys to be bored, you know, so I want you guys to enjoy watching something and not be bored. So I just added vases and a little bit of decor that I thought went with a beachy theme, and then some decor pillows and a little bit of blankets at the bottom, and that was that. I do have an umbrella stand and some like laundry baskets that I add later on. The dressing room was a little bit challenging to decorate because it was a 1x1 square, but it did what it had to do and it works. So I used the curtains as privacy, and because I thought it would give more of like a boutique, you know, like it's more dainty kind of. And then I added just some clothing hooks and towels to look like people have tried on clothes. And you know, when you don't like the clothes, you put them back on the rack, and you have a little bench to sit down in. And I added a little mirror, and then on these shelves I'm just adding decor baskets. I had to make a sock section because I realized I forgot to put them by the shoes, so I just made a little section in the main floor part. And this table really came out like how I wanted it to. It had the color scheme, the patterns, everything. And I made sure like when I did the stacks to kind of purposely misalign them, because when you go in real stores, people are constantly handling the clothes, and oftentimes, no matter how many times the workers fold them, they get messy again. So I wanted to show that, and I think it gave it a nice like realistic touch. And so after that, I just added some finishing touches like some coastal paintings, hangers, and a little step ladder. for the workers to like grab things off the shelf. And now onto the tour. Okay, so you open up these double doors, and I'm gonna close these just in case anybody tries to come in. Public servers, man. Okay, so when you first walk in, you have the umbrella stand, and I added these laundry baskets. And then we have the decor section. So we got a whole bunch of stuff. We got a lot of vases, assorted pillows and blankets, and then we have this coastal painting right here. Okay, so when you look over here, this is our first wardrobe section. And I thought this little ladder was so cute for like to get on, like, you know, when you ask the workers can get something from the top shelf. And then you have the like baskets up there. This corner has all the shoes that you need and the flip-flops for the beach. Then you got your duffel. You can take that to yoga or the gym, because I'm gonna be making a yoga in a gym eventually. And then we got the clothes on the rack. And over here we have the main part. So this is all the colors and patterns. For the color palette, I went with whites, grays, blues, and browns, because I feel like that's what's in a coastal city. So yeah, that's that. And then we have a mirror here to see if you like look good or not. We have the shopping bags, and I thought the hangers were such a smart idea, because you know when you go to the cash register, sometimes they ask you if you want to keep the hangers or not. And then in here we have the little dressing room, and then we have like basically the same thing on this side, another painting, and then we have our little self-care section with all the makeup in the world that you need and all the jewelry and all that. So let me show you the sunglasses because they're really small. So yeah, all that, and nice windows. I absolutely love it. It's so pretty in here. And then I'll just show you guys how it looks outside. Yep, that's it. Okay guys, so that's it for today's video. I hope you guys really liked it. I do, so this is a good sign for this town series. And hopefully you guys like, comment, and subscribe so that you can follow the journey until we finish this town series, and I will continue it throughout the next few weeks. And look out for another video this week, because I am dropping 2. So there's your guys' little present. I don't know, Valentine's Day present or something. And yeah, love you guys. Stay rad. Bye.